Hello, you're watching 7's Afternoon News live from Perth. I'm Natalia Cooper. A woman is dead, her teenage daughter seriously injured and 2 police officers hurt after a crash in Perth's northern suburbs. The crash happened in Dianella while police were chasing another car that was allegedly stolen. The police commissioner says the pursuit was unauthorised. Reporter Alexis Donkin joins me now from Dianella. Alexis, what happened?
Well, Natalia, I understand it was about 11 o'clock this morning. The woman was driving her car, inside as well her daughter. They were travelling along Alexander Drive when a police car involved in a pursuit T-boned them. The police car was collided with them at the intersection of Morley and Alexander Drive. Now, tragically, as you say, that woman, a 50-year-old, died. Her daughter is in Royal Perth Hospital recovering. Now, there was a third car involved in the crash as well. I understand that driver was unhurt. Also, as you said, the police commissioner today confirmed that the police officers didn't actually have permission to begin that pursuit. I understand they asked for it, but it wasn't received by the time they started that pursuit. Here's a little of what the police commissioner had to say.
It is quite reasonable for police to engage in the pursuit of a stolen vehicle. We do it all the time. It's understood that the gang crime vehicle went through a red light, chasing the Audi, which had also gone through a red light before it. And that crash has resulted in the death of the driver of that car, a 50-year-old woman. I can't possibly imagine how the family must be feeling at this point in time. What I can guarantee the family is that we will resolve this investigation as quickly as possible.
And Alexis, how badly hurt were those others involved in the crash?
Well, as I said, the person in the third car wasn't hurt, and I'm told by staff at Royal Perth Hospital the girl is now in a stable condition. Now, the 2 police officers from the gang crime squad did receive injuries, but only minor, and obviously those driving the stolen Audi managed to get away. Now, a short time ago, police released this image of the person they want to speak to over the theft of the Audi, and also they want anyone with information about the crash to contact Crime Stoppers. Natalia.
All right, thanks, Alexis. Alexis Donkin reporting from Dianella. A man has fallen to his death from the 12th floor of a city hotel after a 3-hour standoff with police. Crime reporter Grant Taylor has been following the story and joins me now. Grant, what led to the man's fatal fall?
Well, Natalia, police tell me that about 3 o'clock this morning, the man barricaded himself inside his room at the Novotel Langley in the heart of the city. Now, for the next 3 hours, there's been a protracted negotiation to try and get him out. During that time, he's apparently set fire to curtains inside the room. He smashed a hole in the window, started throwing objects like televisions out of that 12th floor room to the ground below. Police at about 5:30 this morning have decided to storm the room. Officers from the Tactical Response Unit went in. They fired several shots from what's called a beanbag gun as well as a taser at him, and the police commissioner claims it was after that that the man then climbed onto a ledge and jumped out of the window. Here's what some witnesses told us this morning.
We heard a gunshot and then we saw him jump out of the window. It appeared to me that he jumped, but I don't know for sure because it was quite dark. It's
a horrific thing to witness.
Oh, absolutely awful.
There was actually stuff being thrown off above us. We were on level 3. So it was just being thrown off, which was TVs, cabinets, the lamps and all that, which we've got in our room as well, so we knew it was the same stuff. So, and then there was just a fire down on the roof below as well. Eventually the last one was just a loud bang, and after that there was no more noise.
And Grant, what do we know about the deceased man?
Well, Natalia, we know he's 37, believe he's from the Rockingham area, and also that he was wanted by police, we understand, for breaching bail on a fairly minor traffic charge. But he did, we understand, have an extensive criminal record, and he was also known to have previously attempted suicide while in police custody. Natalia.
Thanks, Grant. 2 men have faced a Perth court charged over the theft of a prized sculpture from Cottesloe Beach that disrupted the Sculptures by the Sea exhibition. Reporter Emmy Kabansky was in court. Police in Queensland say they weren't chasing a 13-year-old girl when she crashed into a tree and died. The teenager stole a car after an argument with her foster carer. New jobs figures today defied expectations. With the detail and how that impacted the financial markets, here's the West Australian's business reporter, Nick Evans. All right, thanks, Nick. In 7 News tonight at 6, Jeff Parry's investigation into Homes West. The documents that reveal fraud, and by the opposition says an audit is needed.
The government spends $200 million a year fixing public housing. How much of that is wasted? It just doesn't know.
That exclusive report tonight at 6 o'clock. And still to come on the afternoon news, ringleaders arrested, others still on the run after a string of robberies in Perth South. And claims this photo has caught a local council taking revenue raising to a new extreme. A Melbourne driver has accused his local council of doctoring this photo of his car to win a parking dispute. Robert Watson took his own photos of the scene to prove he wasn't parked in a loading zone.
The shadows are in the wrong place. To think that council officers would fabricate infringement notice documentation offends me.
The council says Mr Watson's photos don't prove anything. Now here's Monica Koss with a look ahead at tonight's edition of Today Tonight. Thanks, Monica. After the break, the top stories from regional WA with Noel Brunning at the GWN 7 News Desk. And meet the Super Bowl winner who'll decide Matthew Newton's fate. A former counsellor has faced an inquiry into child sex abuse at a Katanning hostel, sparked by the conviction of serial pedophile Dennis McKenna. Noel Brunning's got the details at the GWN 7 News Desk.
Thanks, Natalia. That's the latest from around country WA. Back to you, Natalia.
A new TV network has been launched in Belgium with a unique way of getting people's attention. A big red push button has been placed in the middle of a town square, with cameras capturing what happens when anyone is brave enough to press it.
Whether it's the self-destruct button or the abort button, there's something irresistible about pressing buttons, especially if you're not sure what they do.
Remember the little red button? Yeah. Push the little red button. And you may want to put on a seatbelt.
But those are movies. What happens in real life when residents of a quiet town in Belgium are offered a button to push? It only took a couple of minutes for someone to push it. These folks are stunt people, except for the onlookers and those pushing the button.
People were too flabbergasted really to react or to run away or to intervene.
What it is a viral ad for CNN's sister network, TNT, which is being introduced in Belgium. And speaking of shootings, how many times did they shoot this as one continuous performance?
We did it like 11 times. So there are actually 11 people pushing the button, and from the best reactions, of course, we made a compilation.
The ad agency, Duval Guillaume, got permission from the town to set up its hidden cameras. When a real person pushed the button, the director yelled, "Action!" Maybe you'd like a button for more drama in your town. But don't get carried away. The closest you're probably going to get to a button that produces excitement is watching a quiz show.
Something a burglar would not want to see when he breaks into a house. Right.
Naked grandma!
Naked, huh?
There you go. After the break, I'll have the weather forecast for the weekend, and Basil Zemplis will join us with team changes for round 3 of the AFL. Round 3 in the AFL kicks off tomorrow night when Carlton play Collingwood at the MCG. Basil's here with this week's team news. Thanks, Baz. It was mostly a fine autumn day in the city. Tomorrow we can expect some morning cloud followed by a sunny afternoon at 27 the top. Then much the same over the weekend. It's going to be fine on Monday with a couple of showers mid next week. And that's all from the Perth News Desk for now, but stay with us on 7. Mark Ferguson will have the rest of the afternoon news next.